away in the western heartlands of Singapore, Bukit Batok Nature Park seems peaceful, a haven of greenery, fresh air, and calm. But behind the tranquility lies a past marked by war, propaganda, and tragedy. A past that few visitors know as they walk its quiet trails today. This is the story of Bukit Batok Hill, once a site of war memorial built by prisoners, later reborn as the birthplace of Singapore television, and now a symbol of remembrance. Before it became a nature park, this hill was an active granite quarry. Granite from this site helped build much of early Singapore's infrastructure. By the late 1970s, the quarry was abandoned, leaving behind a deep crater filled with rainwater. Instead of sealing it off, the government transformed it into something new, a 36-hectare urban park, opened in 1988. Bukit Batok is located near Bukit Timah area, where some of the heaviest fighting on the island took place in early 1942, known as the Battle of Bukit Timah. The fighting here was fierce, as both sides knew that the high ground controlled the roads to Singapore City. After the fall of the island, Bukit Batok Hill, standing about 400 feet high, became a site of great symbolic importance. Bukit Batok is located near Bukit Timah area, where some of the heaviest fighting on the island took place in early 1942, known as the Battle of Bukit Timah. The fighting here was fierce, as both sides knew that the high ground controlled the road to Singapore City. After the fall of the island, Bukit Batok Hill, standing about 400 feet high, became a site of great symbolic importance. In February 1942, Singapore fell to invading forces. The British surrendered at the nearby Ford Motor Factory, just minutes from this very hill. Not long after, the occupying army decided to build a grand memorial here, a towering structure to honor their soldiers who died in battle. But the monument wasn't built by their own men. It was built by hundreds of Australian prisoners of war, forced to carry heavy loads up the steep slope every day under watchful guards. The memorial stood about 12 meters tall, made of wood and concrete, crowned with a metal cone that gleamed in the sun. Behind it, the prisoners were allowed to build a second, smaller monument, a simple wooden cross to honor the Allied state. Two monuments, one hill, two very different meanings. From 1942 to 1945, the hill became a stage for elaborate ceremonies. Local community leaders and school youth were ordered to march up the 125 steps to pay tribute. Every gesture, every bow, every flag was carefully filmed by propaganda teams and sent back to show a peaceful and obedient Singapore under new rule. But for those who knew the truth, for the prisoners who have built the monument and the locals who have watched in silence, the hill symbolized something else. It was a reminder of surrender and of life lost. By 1945, the tide of war had turned. The Japanese knew their defeat was near. Fearing the monument would be desecrated by returning Allied soldiers, they destroyed it themselves before retreating. The ashes of their fallen soldiers were moved to a Japanese cemetery somewhere else in Singapore. The Allied cross was left standing for a short time, but was too vanished soon after, its fate unknown. All that remained were two concrete pillars at the foot of the hill, and a long, steep staircase leading to nothing but memories. In a twist of history, the same hill that once symbolized defeat would soon represent progress. In 1963, a brand new television transmission tower was built right where the memorial once stood. It marks the launch of Singapore's first ever TV broadcast service, bringing news and entertainment to home across the island. From a site of wartime propaganda to the very place where Singapore broadcast its first television signal. Talk about rewriting history. Today, the hill is quiet again. The wooden towers are gone, replaced by the bird songs and the rustles of leaves. But if you climb the same 125 steps, you will find a small plaque near the radio tower. It was placed there in 1995, marking 50 years since the end of the war. It stands as a simple reminder that behind every peaceful park, there might be a story of struggle and sacrifice. Bukit Batok Nature Park is more than a trail or a photo spot. It is a piece of living history, a reminder of what was lost, what was rebuilt, and how far Singapore has come. So the next time you climb that hill, pause for a moment, listen. The forest may be silent, but the past still whispers through its trees. Thank you for tuning in today. Till next time.